speaking about how you were very ambitious and you were trying to get into the best schools.
Yeah.
You wanted to get the best job, etc. You moved to USA to do your PhD. But now that you've become more spiritual, does that mean that you gave up those ambitions?
It's a very good question. Wherever I'm going, we have like around somewhere between 7 to 10 programs every week. Most of the times people come to me and ask, is this what you do full time? And I'm like, no. I also have other positions in my life as a technology director in a company, in a startup company, and also I do consulting. And when I tell that, they're like, wow, really? We thought you're living in a temple. And then somebody will tell that, oh, no, this guy also has a family and he has a child. They're like, wow, really? How do you do this? How do you manage your time? What exactly makes you do all these things at the same time? And so to answer straight, let's really understand what exactly is an ambition. Where does it originate from? In the deepest, most part of our hearts, as of now, the ambitions which are there are targeted towards our own enjoyment. Right? That's what everybody in the world, how everybody lives like, including an ant. Forget a human being, just take an ant which is crawling around. I don't know if you have seen an ant crawling and he's carrying a small particle of food on the head, right? So there is an ambition that I want to become successful. Unless that is there, it won't be carrying that particle of food. So many individuals define ambitions and success in different way, and there should be also a right way of defining it. Right? So one way of defining ambitions and success is the material ambitions and material success. And the other way is something beyond material and something beyond the day-to-day affairs which one comes across. So as I said, in my own life, I grew up with this mentality that I need to be the best. My whole upbringing was in village in India, as I said, in south part of India, and we were in village, and there was nothing much to do as such. I used to go to school, and it was not a very fancy school, just a local language in Kannada medium, and then people who would come to that school were also not that posh, I would say. And I believe, except a few friends of mine from the school, maybe 2 or 3, hardly anybody even went to college. So out of 30 or 40 students, and that was the situation. So I could be easily getting just 60% and come first rank still, right? But my mother used to make me study like crazy. So I don't even remember when was the time that I actually was just relaxing during a summer vacation, because after every year, like there used to be annual exams at time. So a grade is done, there is an annual exam, and then before even I finish my let's say 7th grade, my 8th grade books are ready, right? So, and then during the vacation, summer vacation, 2 months, just studying them. So my mother really pushed in a very positive direction. She used to make sure that I study well, because nothing much was there to do other things. So because of her, I would say I was to really sort of have this inner motivation that I want to make her happy, and this is a way to make her happy, and just study, get grades, good grades. So my whole life I scored above 95%. It was always out of 100. So until 12th, like always. And then she used to be really happy. I was like, okay, fine, great. Then eventually after 12th, I was like, okay, fine, now what? And then actually after 10th. And then it was like, okay, so after 12th, there is this competitive exams. You have to really come very in the top 1% of the ranking to get good schools. So I was like, okay, sure. But, I came from the background, studying in Kannada medium schools, and I didn't even know English. I didn't even know the spelling of physics. First day when I went to my 11th grade class, I remember on my notes, I written physics spelling PHISICS. That was the spelling I had written. I didn't even know, right? English was like, it was just one language. And yeah, we just had to sort of, somehow you study and then go and give an exam. But very fortunately, I had really good teachers in my not, this is called as pre-university education in our state, Karnataka. Really good teachers, math teachers, physics teachers, and a lot of good seniors helped me a lot to sort of cross the threshold of language barrier. And once that was crossed, I was like, okay, sure, I just need to now put efforts, right? So I used to study for 16 to 18 hours a day, every day, for 2 years. And then I was like, okay, here, that's done. You go and give an exam, and then uh, you, yeah, you sort of everything. But when I went to give the exam, which I really wanted to crack, and I wanted to get to a university in it's called as National Institute of Technology in Suratkal. It's one of the best schools in India. And in that exam, when I saw the question paper, we used to get physics, chemistry, maths, all of them at the same time, multiple choices, +3, -1. You answer right, it's +3 for a question. Answer wrong, it's -1. Questions were really easy. I mean, easy in the sense relatively easy. Not nobody. I don't think anyone answers all of it, but it was relatively easy. So my target ranking before was somewhere 150 to 250 amongst millions of people. But when I saw the questions, I was like, okay, sure, looks relatively easier. So I made a quick mental calculation. So I'll along with all the other answers which I've given, I'll guesswork 40 questions. So quick math, like let's say even 25% of them are right. So +30 -30, things are okay. 11th question I get, I will be getting +3. Guess what? All 40 are wrong. All of them are wrong, right? All of it. And when I came out, I was like, how is this possible? This mathematically, like probabilistically, is like impossible situation, right? Like you answer all of it wrong. Of course, guess, but that's what happened. And then I started really questioning myself, like, oh, there must be something else. It can't be just my own efforts, right? So I was like, what is a good person? Why should I be a good person? I have been a good person. I have been like, doing some sort of spirituality in my own way. And how can this happen to me? I just went into a like crazy mental situation for a few months where I don't know. And even after that, I got the state rank 300 something after answering 40 questions wrong, right? And then when I saw that, I was like, if I would have just left it just like that, I would be maybe top 30, top 40 maybe. And I really went into a depression sort of existence for a few months because I really didn't want to get into the second best school in the state. I wanted to be in the best one. I couldn't get there, or at least the branch which I wanted to get in. I had to go into the second best school in the state, and I was really sad. But then it's when I came across teachings of Prabhupada, which gave me a lot of clarity and gave me a lot of different views. But my competitive spirit didn't end. Right? I continued to be a competitive person. So finished my bachelor's, got a lot of jobs, went to US, and then eventually, as I was telling, I started thinking there must be something else. It can't be that I'm just doing whatever I wanted to do, and spirituality is just a part of my life. It cannot be like this. I need to live one life, and that has to be spiritual life. And then I sort of started changing this, just a switch in your mind, like what sort of life you want to live. And what I see afterwards is that I have never been in a situation wherein, I have been left alone, that I'm really struggling, that nothing is really working out and there is no support from the universe. I think as of now, I'm like 39 years old now, and I believe I have achieved everything, whatever I wanted to. And along with that, a lot of other things also have happened. Perhaps if we start putting numbers together, and if I think about it, there was an opportunity a few years ago wherein I could go back to US from Amsterdam, and I was getting like crazy offers, multi-million-dollar offers, and yeah, perhaps could have been a millionaire, or would have been a millionaire if I would have taken those options. But then, for the first time in my life, I decided that I'm actually letting go of material way of thinking, and made a decision at that point of time that we will stay here for the purpose of serving and for the purpose of sharing the knowledge of bhakti. That was the first time I made that decision, I think. Because until then, I was always chasing, and then situations are changing, I'm chasing. I want to change situations, and whichever situations I sort of choose, and then I want to serve there. But then for the first time, I didn't try to change the situation. The situation was demanding a change. I let it go. So perhaps a bit of material wealth is let go. But then I also understood if something has to come to you, will come to you anyways. Right? So this is the foundational teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, that of course you need to take care of your life. You need to keep yourself in a healthy way, but running behind that is really not the goal. It cannot really pacify and satisfy your heart, which keeps itself in a situation wherein there is no end, right? Where is the end to the desires? If you think about it, when exactly is the end? And I talk with a lot of people from all aspects of life. Somebody who has really achieved a lot in terms of material ambitions and successes. Somebody who has not done much, and but then in this whole spectrum, I don't see that someone is really satisfied. Satisfaction is something which is, it's like a mirage. It's just it feels like it, but it's just not there. So I sort of recalibrated at that point of time. This was a few years ago, 2021, I believe, 21-22 period. Even astrologically, I was told that go to US. That's where you should be.
Oh,
right? They were like, you can even go to India, and even from India, I was getting like multi-crore packages every per annum. And they were like, if you want to achieve materially, Amsterdam is not the place for you. Either go to US, you can also come back to India. Somehow got enough courage, also with a lot of inspiration and guidance from my spiritual masters, that yeah, here is the place, this is where we live. And I don't think Krishna has ever let me down, wherein I'm trying to serve him and just meeting failures all the while. There is a lot of difficulty at times, but that's part of the process, and it just helps you grow. So that's a very long answer for a simple question. That's what I'd like to say.